and thanks for tuning in to another awful movie review.
How many more times do I tell you I am not to be interrupted?
This is part 2 of our bad alien invasion movie series, and today we're heading to the land of chocolate, cheese, and watches that cost more than my monthly rent, Switzerland. That's right, this week's disaster takes place in the icy Alps, courtesy of the Crawling Eye, also known by its far more mysterious title, the Trollenberg Terror. Now, I gotta say, this is one of the very few cheesy sci-fi horror flicks I know of that's set in the snowy mountains. And, believe it or not, this one's actually better than a lot of the garbage I've covered before. Not good, just better.
What did you say?
I personally remember it for being the very first movie featured on Season 1 of Mystery Science Theater 3000. And when your film kicks off that legendary roast fest, you know you messed up somewhere along the way.
Now, and I really mean this.
But before we ascend any further into cinematic doom, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a terrible alien invasion film request in the comments. And if you value what I do, and you want to support me, please hit that Patreon link down below.
We haven't got a second to spare.
But first, a word from today's sponsor. If you're looking to watch short, action-packed, thrilling martial arts movies, then head over to deadlydimes.com and get 15% off your film purchase by using the promo code AWFULMOVIES15, and you'll even get an extra 20% discount if you subscribe to deadlydimes.com, so go over, you won't regret it. Now, the setup is simple. A mysterious radioactive cloud is just chilling, literally, on the side of a mountain in the Swiss Alps. Climbers keep turning up headless, but somehow the townsfolk don't seem to be that concerned and probably think it's just bad luck.
Who is it, Jim? The abominable snowman?
Seriously, no one here does as much as lift a finger to respond to this deadly fog cloud. It's mind-blowing. We meet an American scientist played by Forrest Tucker.
My name is Alan Brooks.
And two psychic sisters who perform on stage acts. Because when aliens invade, what you really want is a clairvoyant cabaret performer on the front lines.
I don't care. Tell them to go away.
Together, they realize that something sinister is hiding inside that unmoving fog. What they discover are big, slimy tentacle alien monsters with one giant eyeball each. The aliens look like they crawled right out of an H.P. Lovecraft fever dream.
Fine. That's just what we need.
And in case being head-ripping, murdering beasts from another world wasn't enough for you, they can also resurrect their own victims as obedient zombie minions to exact their every will, because why not?
Huh? What do you think of that?
And so it's up to Forrest Tucker and the gang to stop them before it's too late. Now, I'll be honest, I expected the Crawling Eye to be way worse than it actually is. The first half hour builds some decent suspense. As for the monster design, those blob creatures looked like rejected Muppet villains. There's no doubt they are super duper cheesy, and while laughable, I didn't mind them so much. They gave off a very vintage B-movie horror look. For some reason, they sound like my sweaty uncle on a treadmill though. Acting-wise, props to Forrest Tucker, who does a decent job in the lead role. The acting overall isn't a complete shambles, which isn't unusual for this kind of film. That being said, the United Nations sent the most unenthusiastic scientist over to Switzerland to figure out what's going on with that mysterious radioactive cloud. Because once Tucker's character arrives there, he gets all lazy and doesn't seem to be interested in finding an answer to this strange phenomenon, because Mr. is scared of looking like a fool in front of everyone else.
Will you do something about what I've told you?
In the clouds? Do what?
Inform the authorities. You were employed by the United Nations. It was all in the report.
Look, by the time the Andes report was in, there wasn't anything left in the area, explained or otherwise. They practically accused me of dreaming the whole thing up.
Well, you're a bright scientist. Shouldn't that be worthy of studying? Maybe there's a link between the two. Maybe a pattern.
Look, I'm on a holiday.
Well, don't count on that guy to find out. What did surprise me though is the gore. For 1958, the amount of mutilation and decapitation that is shown, even it's very brief, must have been pretty shocking for moviegoers back then. And I'm surprised the Board of Film Certification didn't set themselves on fire while watching it.
I don't know about you, but I could use a drink.
By the way, the fog used before every alien appearance reportedly inspired John Carpenter's The Fog. And that wouldn't surprise me at all, because Carpenter did grow up watching these 50s sci-fi films when he was young, and it wouldn't be the first time he's referenced them in his movies. No, the real problem with The Crawling Eye is that the second half starts to collapse like a wet snowman. Once we're past that cabin scene, I felt the film was losing its momentum, and it winds up just becoming another under-average, goofy, by-the-numbers alien sci-fi flick.
Well, why pick on us? We don't know, it's just us.
Also, there's a connection between the psychic sister and the aliens which is teased, but never explored, and that's a shame. She's drawn to the mountains, and she clearly has some weird psychic link with the creatures, and then, nothing. We never find out why the aliens are here, what they want, or why they're obsessed with fog machines and mountaintop real estate. So much potential left blowing in the alpine wind. In the end, The Crawling Eye isn't the worst movie I've ever covered, but still, it checks enough boxes to land comfortably in the bad alien invasion territory. It starts off promising enough, but sadly, that doesn't last. So yeah, there you go. Stay tuned for part 3 of our bad alien invasion series, and in the immortal words of Mark Twain, what an awful movie.